Well, it is never too early to start talking presidential politics in South Carolina, is it?
Never.
No, it never is. 2016 will probably be here when we wake up tomorrow.
And before you know it, it will be. The phrase, "we pick presidents," has been a rallying cry for political insiders for years. Voters in the Palmetto State's First in the South primary successfully picked the eventual Republican candidate for 3 decades. And there's already a poll out there that shows Jeb Bush would be the GOP candidate if people had to vote today. That survey of South Carolina voters released last week by Public Policy Polling. Bush is heading here next month.
Yeah, some of the other names you just saw on that list already have made some trips to South Carolina and are slated to come back again. Now today, Mike Huckabee, the 5th man on that list. He was crisscrossing the state. Our Tara Pettit joins us now with more on the former Arkansas governor and the parade of candidates headed this way.
People have been projecting for months now who will be the candidates for the presidential election in 2016. There's a long list of hopefuls, and according to several polls, Mike Huckabee could be a strong candidate, and he seems to agree. He was in the Palmetto State today. I sat down with him about this upcoming election.
I'm thinking this time, if I get in, that I'll be the one who wins.
Mike Huckabee in Columbia Friday, speaking with WACH Fox News. And although he hasn't officially announced his candidacy, he seems ready to get in the game.
I'm still hoping that every other Republican decides to drop out and lets me have it.
After the Iowa caucus and the New Hampshire primary, South Carolina steps forward as an early voting state.
We're in the phase now that's known as testing the waters.
South Carolina is always a critical state.
South Carolina, known for being a regional barometer for presidential elections.
But it's a chance to see what the southern tier is going to look like in terms of which candidates it finds viable, and that matters.
Charles Bierbauer says candidates come to South Carolina because it's early in the political season and it allows them to establish themselves in a fairly small and relatively inexpensive campaign state.
Once they get beyond South Carolina, the stage gets much larger and much more costly, and the field starts to thin out.
A person coming here to play had better be prepared for the tough questions and for rock'em sock'em robot time, because that's what it is.
2016 presidential hopefuls on the Democratic side, Joe Biden, who recently visited the Palmetto State, and Hillary Clinton, and a long list of Republicans including Ben Carson, Ted Cruz, Lindsey Graham, Mike Huckabee, and Jeb Bush.
I think all the Republicans have a real shot. That's why we will decide it on the playing field.
And the only people who have officially declined to run in the 2016 election are Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan. Everyone else could be game and will likely be making a few stops here in the Palmetto State. Live in the newsroom, Tara Pettit, WACH Fox News.